I'm Sarah, and I just went on a really long mission trip to Australia and the Philippines. So, we live here in North America. I hope you can see that. Right here in Washington. I flew all across this big ocean to Australia. Right there. And there I was living there for about 3 months, and I learned a lot about God, and I deepened my relationship with him, so I got closer to him and learned more about who he is and why he loves me. And I learned how to tell other people about Jesus. So when we were done there, we went up here to the Philippines, to a city called Manila. And we were there for 3 months. And that's where we actually told people about Jesus. I got the privilege of being in 2 places. First, we were in a city called Navotas, and then we went to a city called Makati, which is all in Manila. So Navotas, it was a really, really poor place. You know those boxes that are on really long trains? Like, they'll say BNSF or something like that? The weird metal ones? People would take those and make those their home. They would stack them one on top of the other. And they'd sleep on the floor with all the cockroaches and rats and garbage. And what happened is the floor started rotting out really fast because it just held all of the moisture. And so on top of living with all the animals, you had to be careful of where you walked. So there was that. And then also, like, on the sidewalks, there are these little holes in the ground everywhere that connected to the sewer system, which the smell would come up, and basically no matter where you walked, you would smell toilet stuff. So yeah. But it was really great being there and getting to talk to the people there about Jesus. Like, they were so open. It kind of seems like when you don't have a lot of money or a lot of things, you understand how much more you need Jesus. And you learn that he is your provider. But when we were in Makati and everyone was rich, it was a lot harder to get people to understand that. Like, they just thought, oh, I have my cell phone, I have my kids, I have so many other things to worry about. I don't need this Jesus guy, which they do. So it was really hard to show them Jesus there. But it was really good. When we were in Makati, we lived in a church. And there were lots of street kids, like across the street and from around. And they'd come into the church all the time. And they'd jump on our beds and they'd hang out with us. And we would play games with them. And there was this one girl named Mia. She was half Filipino and half Finnish, which is in Europe. Finland is in Europe. And her dad was in Finland, and her mom was taking care of her in the Philippines. Her dad had a job and he had money, so he sent her mom money a lot. But her mom didn't use that for her kids. She used it for herself. So Mia didn't get the clothes or the food or the personal care, like toothbrushes and toothpaste stuff that she needed. And she was, like, so sweet. Like, she was always hugging on us. And yeah, so if you guys can keep her in your prayers, that would be super great, because each one of those kids, really, they are so sweet. And there's not a lot you can do about it sometimes except pray. But prayer is so powerful. Like, I have seen God work through prayer time and time again. So, like, before I did this big mission trip thing, which is called the Discipleship Training School, I was working at Taco Bell. And I didn't really feel like I had a purpose for my life. Like, Do I continue working at Taco Bell? Do I go to college? Do I find a different job? I didn't really know. So I decided to do this mission trip. And while I was there, God revealed to me that my purpose in life is to tell other people about Jesus, to share the gospel, and to go to the farthest corners of the world so that everyone can know Jesus. Because when everyone knows Jesus, then he'll come back from heaven and we'll get to go up to heaven with him. And that's just really exciting. Like, it's the best purpose in life ever. Kind of one verse that I look at a lot is Romans 1:16, which says, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of salvation, power of God to salvation for everyone who believes." So, like, you don't have to hide the gospel and what Jesus has done in your life. You get to go out and tell people and show them how much Jesus loves them and show them the Bible and tell them John 3:16, which I'm sure you know. John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." You get to go and you get to tell that to all your friends at school, to people you see at the dentist, to anyone. And you just get to share that heart for them. So yeah, that's missions, and it's super great, and I hope that one day you guys get to do the same.